Hi, I'm Annie Hanauer, and I am a choreographer and dance artist, and I've been working with Candoco to make a new work for their new season. So the work I've made with Candoco, we started by playing with sort of known images or ways of being in the body that might be meaningful, depending on the viewer, and then playing with twisting those or disrupting those, deviating from those. And we did this as individuals and as a whole group as well. So we were really playing with image, being seen, what we present, and how our bodies are potentially read. And I think my interest with this work, that came from my experience as a dancer, actually, of performing quite a lot. And through lots of conversations with different artists over the years, particularly disabled artists, who often speak about the stage as a place where we can show a different side of ourselves and make people see us in a different way than in our daily life. So I'm really interested in also the power of the performer and giving some of that agency to the dancers. So a lot of the material, actually all of the material, particularly the solo elements of the work, were developed in really close collaboration with the dancers. So they had a lot of input, and we had a lot of conversation back and forth between us, individually and as a whole group. So that was very important to me. Yeah, I think the overall vibe of the work is quite playful. There's a sort of underlying humor or like an enjoyment of being a bit ambiguous about how we are and different ways of being, and a sense of like joy and pleasure and just enjoying dancing together, I think. So the team of collaborators for this work has been really important. We've been working with Shanti Free designing costumes, Fran Lobo's done the musical score, and PJ Davies done the lighting design. And each of those elements is a really important and strong piece of the puzzle. And it's been a pleasure to just have like a really supportive and talented team behind everything, including the dancers as well, of course. Yeah, so it's a real privilege to get to work with a wonderful group of collaborators. So Shanti Fried, who's been collaborating on the costume design and creating the very beautiful look of the work. I've known Shanti for quite a long time, so we really started from the beginning with lots of conversations around the themes of the piece and how we wanted the dancers to feel, or how I wanted the dancers to feel, how I wanted them to look. And the dancers also had quite a lot of say, so they were really involved in the conversation with Shanti of what kind of clothes made them feel good, also of course like practical things involving movement. And we also played with these ideas of somehow amplifying each person's body. So each person picked a particular body part that they wanted to celebrate or amplify. And Shanti designed these very beautiful and bespoke pieces for each person that kind of do that, which are revealed through the piece. So the music for the work was done by Fran Lobo, who's a really talented musician who I've never worked with before. So it's a new meeting, new collaboration, and I was interested in Fran's work because it's got a kind of power to it. It's got a little bit of grit, and I really, really love Fran's voice. She's got it's just beautiful. She's got a beautiful singing voice, and she produces her own music. She kind of does it all. So she's created something that's very much following the energy of the movement. So it was kind of a conversation back and forth of what kind of musical textures I was imagining, and then of course her bringing that from her world, because I'm not a musician. Yeah, and sort of the music and dance sort of evolved alongside each other. So we're finding more and more relationships between those two things the more we perform the work. The vibe of the music for me is really joyful. There's a drive, there's a power. Personally, like, it makes me want to dance. So if the audience kind of feels that in their body and I don't know, is inspired to move, then that's a good thing. Yeah, there's a little bit of a, I don't want to give too much away, there's a little bit of a club vibe in there, I think, in the whole design and the feel of the music that I really enjoy. So PJ and I have not worked together either before, so that was really lovely to meet and discuss and create things. And I think he had a really instinctive understanding of what I was trying to get at with this work and how he could interpret that in a design aspect with the lights. So we spoke a lot about this aspect of public and private, of being seen, revealing something, or hiding, or not revealing, covering, and seeing each other. So there's quite a specific way I think the dancers work with their focus and their gaze. And what PJ's done is first created just a really beautiful environment that kind of holds everything going on. He's played with this idea of seeing and being seen, revealing the dancers, highlighting them in different ways, and really really beautifully following the action and also linking with the music. So it became a really holistic environment through that. I hope the audience just have fun watching this. I hope they enjoy it. I hope they get something visceral, maybe. It depends on the viewer, so it's really hard to say. But I hope maybe it unlocks some questions or shed some light on kind of how we view people and the different shades, layers of people that we might not know about, and also of ourselves. Because it's something the dancers are playing with on stage. What we might be able to say about us on stage that might be personal or vulnerable or delicate, that and taking pleasure in that. So taking it in a powerful way. I think that's more of what the world needs. so maybe, in an amazing, perfect world, it would inspire people to do that in their own lives or something. And if not, they'll just have a great time watching great dancers in a beautiful work.